I'm Robyn Wiebe from the Eagle 93.5, and I would like to welcome Rosemary Siemens into the Eagle studio today.
Thank you for having me.
It's great to have you here, Rosemary. It's been so much fun watching you share your life with us on social media over the past year. Maybe you want to start off just a little bit of some of the highlights of what's been taking place since you've released Plum Cooling My Home.
Oh my word, so much has happened. We won Canada's Gospel Music Award for Best Country and Gospel Album, which was a huge highlight at Canada's Gospel Music Awards. And that was probably one of the big highlights. And then, we got to sing at the National Prayer Breakfast and got to perform for the Prime Minister and all the leaders of the country, and wrote a song for that called Path of Prayer. And now releasing this new song, Heavenly Harvest, for Harvest for Kids.
Yeah, World Harvest for Kids is just around the corner, and you've taken the time to write a song about it.
I have.
Why did you do that?
I found that in my shows I love to storytell, and I found that when I do so much charity work and stuff like that, and I find that when I have a song that ties in with the event, then I can later show that in my performances, share that in my performances as well. And I find that people are more really touched by the performance because there's a story to go along with the song. And when I was talking to Harvest for Kids, I thought, you know what, this is such a great cause. Why not write a song about this? And I think it would relate to a lot of the farmers and stuff like that out there, and a lot of people. And all the money going to Children's Camps International. It has the heart feeling, and I loved everything about it. And I thought, this is a great cause to write a song about. So.
Yeah, some of the highlights that the song touches, maybe you want to share those with us?
Yeah, like the pre-chorus of it goes, it's a labor of love, just keep looking up. If we all come together, we're going to do more than an
absolutely
harvest. Fields ripe with hope, heavenly harvest, we reap what we sow. So really that encompasses everything that we're doing. There might be 20,000 people there, 300 combines, and it's everyone coming to good for children around the world. So it's doing amazing things, and I think the song, I hope you really feel that it touches that.
And to do something so personal for this event, it's obviously near and dear to your heart.
It really is, because I grew up on the farm, and my dad and my brother farm almost 2,000 acres, and farming has been a big part of my life, and there's nothing I love more than coming home and spending time on the farm. And this year I got to spend a month here, which has been amazing, and my mom's amazing food, and I've been following my dad around a bit, and my dad's almost 81, and the other day he gets on a front end loader, puts it as high as it can go. He gets out the chainsaw and he's cutting trees so the combine can get through the road. And it's just like, he works like 15 hours a day. And I'm like, there's no one you can look up to more than people that are so hardworking. And I know that all these farmers are like that. It's just amazing.
Yeah, it's nice. And in the harvest season, coming together at the heart of the season this year,
totally.
to be able to send 1 million kids to camp for Children's Camps International.
Pretty incredible. And I know they're still looking for combines, so if you got a combine, bring it out, because it's going to be an incredible event.
Absolutely, and always room to volunteer as well and be a part of the event. Talk to me a little bit about sending kids to camp and why that cause is so important.
I had the opportunity a few years ago. I was on a cruise, and I was in contact with a guy that was running one of the children's camps in Belize. And we surprised the kids, and I went and played for them, and I don't think many of them had ever heard a violin. And I'm telling you, those kids were so well behaved and happy, and it doesn't just affect the kids, but it affects the families as well. And I've heard just so many great reports of how it's just changing lives, and to see it firsthand was pretty amazing, And I hope I can do more of that. Visit some of these camps that they're touching, and it's pretty amazing. It's an amazing cause. So. Yeah, get involved if you can.
For many of us Canadian kids, summer camp was just a natural part of our schedule.
Yeah, it was for me.
These children, what is that kind of opportunity for them?
Life-changing. And they say it creates the leaders of the future. So it really changes generations, which is amazing, because education is everything. Really, really.
Absolutely.
And changing their hearts, hopefully, for their Lord as well, So pretty amazing cause.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So if you could say something to the Pembina Valley who may not have already caught the magnitude of this event, what would you say?
Oh my word, I think it's like, I didn't get to go to the last one, but I think this is just like one of the events of the decade, really, like for farming and farming community and coming together. And there's going to be an incredible concert on August 3rd. It's Rosemary and the Sweet Sound Revival, High Valley, the Hunter Brothers, all at the Parkland stage. And then to really kick it all off with that, and then the next day the harvest. I think, I don't know, if you are in driving range, I would drive a long way for this. It's gonna be heartfelt, it's gonna be exciting, and hopefully get a Guinness Book of World Records. That would be awesome too.
Absolutely.
That's just a cherry on the top.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming in, Rosemary, and sharing a little bit with us about your song. Anything else that we need to know about your song that you'd like to share with us?
I guess, I recorded this song in Nashville with two of the top writers, Billy Sprague and Joe Beck, and one of them was in Nashville and one of them was on Skype from Florida. And actually, I talked about my mom with this concept of the song before, and she actually came up with Heavenly Harvest, those words. So, Mom, thank you. And then we wrote the song, and, earlier in the year, I actually had the opportunity, was probably one of the coolest experiences. When you ask cool experiences, I'll tell you this one. I was in Nashville, and a friend of mine said, if you're ever in Nashville, he says, let me know, I'm going to hook you up with some really cool people. And I said, okay. So I get a call, and he's like, you're going to get an awesome call in 5 minutes. I said, okay. Who was it? Ricky Skaggs, Country Music Hall of Famer. And he says, I'm not in town long enough to write or anything. He says, but I'm playing at the Grand Ole Opry. He says, come meet me backstage and I'll introduce you to the band, come hang out and stuff like that. And I was like, I remember I was in the grocery store. I was like, what is happening right now? This is so cool. And so I went, hung out with him, and he knew about Plum Cooley and all this stuff. It was really cool. And I gave him the album, and so got to hang out with him and met some of the band. And so from that encounter, I actually have a few members of Ricky Skaggs' band playing on Heavenly Harvest, which is so cool. That was just a real thrill, and now I've gotten to know those guys, and God is just opening doors everywhere. So it's pretty amazing. So to write with these legendary writers and have Ricky Skaggs' band on there, and it's pretty awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We wish you all the best. Can't wait to see you
Thank
August
you.
3rd and 4th.
Yes.
Right here in the Pembina Valley, performing on Friday night, and on Saturday being a part of the big world-breaking day, hopefully.
Yay! Yeah. Join us, and wishing all the farmers a very heavenly harvest.